Education becomes powerful when it leaves the classroom and enters the community. I'm Bernardo from Cais 1515, and this is Clear Talks. So, from what we have been talking about these past few days, I have this first question. How do we build strong partnerships between schools, youth organizations, and local authorities? Who wants to start? Probably you.
Okay. Probably with the legislation that allows us to do that, with spaces that are created for doing it, because we do it, and it goes very, very well, and it allows our students to have other views, to love other cultures without misconceptions. And that's the main thing, to erase the barriers between us, because after all, we are all the same in different languages. And that's very important for everyone to know. We're just the same. We don't have to have misconceptions, wrong ideas about each other, because we all want the same as teachers, to help our students grow, and we want them to be happy. We want them to have happy memories of school, to learn, of course, because they have to have a basis for their lives, but to have happy memories. When we recall school, and I recall some of my school activities, they weren't necessarily learning activities, they were enjoyable activities. And this is very important. We are made of memories, of emotional memories, and school must also provide them, I think.
Great point. I really find myself with this opinion, and I like the way you started talking about the law, because of course, to be possible, any organization has to be permitted by the law. But then also we need creativity and great organization like this one. Like you have to have a great plan, the balance to make it fun, but at the same time teach the students like great lessons. Okay, by through games as we do, which is like a non-formal way of teaching, which is I think it's really effective for this age, and also for older people, but for this age more importantly. And and to understand, it's nice also the fact that they have the opportunity to meet international people from not from their country, so they can see the different point of views we have on topics that are very important, like misinformation and fake news, how older people can show them the view they have, and they can exchange opinions to find maybe a third way they can see things. And it's really great for growth, intellectual growth, I think.
Yes, I think it's important to create a great collaboration between all the education, all the part of
the ecosystem.
Yes, the ecosystem, because parents, schools, institution, even the sports, even the neighborhood of every child is important for his growing up. In Italy, we have a beautiful example like Reggio Children. It's the city of Reggio Emilia. It's a beautiful example because the neighborhood, the city, the local invest in the school. So every day they put something into the school, and the school is not alone. So the children are being a part of the community, and the community is part of the school. It's all connected. It's all linked. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful example, and I don't think it's impossible, but it's difficult. And then maybe when they grow up, they can go to Erasmus. They can go. They create other connections with regions, with nations, with other people, not only in the neighborhood, but all over the world.
So I'm so glad that I'm not the first, because
difficult.
you gave me so many tips. So yeah, I totally agree with you, and I think that also outdoor education is a very strange point in the school, because in the past we were used to just read on the books so many things, but if you look out of the school windows, you can see that there are factories, there are, the same things, but you can have the experience of those topics. And so it is important to pass the to cross the line of the school borders, and to have more exchanges with the community, and with all the activities that your area hosts. And of course, it is important also an economical investment from the municipality, because kids and students that are at school are the future, and they will lead also the future of the town. So it's a focal point, and that's it.
So much has been told, so I don't know what else to add, but I think that what we're doing now today is a prime example of a successful alternative teaching approach, and I think we all must be very proud of what we putting in place, because it's amazing, and we can just see this by looking at your students. I'm amazed by them. And I can see that they are used to this kind of activities. I cannot just see it from the activity itself. I can see also when they talk through the lines, when they talk about something else, and you can see that they have like empathy. They know how to express their feeling, their emotion. They respect each other's. A teacher can also look students beyond the lines. Not just when he's doing what he's asked for, but also when he interacts with others. You can see how he interacts with others. And it's a big scheme. It's a big results, on 360 degrees. I think you should be very proud, and I can see like the big work that there is beyond all this. And I think we should do this more. These type of exchanges are precious. You are so inspiring to us. We are going to come back to Italy full of ideas. Yes, that's why I've asked you all the activities you've done, because they're going to be a starting point for us to start and to share our experience to others. And it's so important. We want to do this on our side. We want to organize these things. I was speaking with you yesterday. Because we see the result, and the result is your students, and you should just be so proud of this.
You almost stole my second question that was made specifically for you, and which is, what makes collaboration last beyond the project? And you can start now.
Can you repeat the question?
Yes. What makes collaboration last beyond a project like this? How can we collaborate in the future, and how can we do that? How do you think we all in this table can do that?
Okay, please keep in touch. please help us to understand how to do, because we are so full of ideas that it's so difficult then to put them in place. So we need to be guided as well. So your example, give us some tips, tell us how you did. We are going to do everything to share what we learned here today and in this week. We first of all, we are going to share the activity you made with your permission to our students, to our colleagues, because they have to know what have we done.
These projects are all about that. Is for you to
Recreate.
to use these methodologies to.
Yeah, and that's not given, because there are some teachers that they want to keep for them what they do, and that's not a good mentality. If you do something good and if it works, you have to share with others.
Thank you so much.
That's what we're going to do.
Because it continues to grow.
Of course.
The projects only grow when we add something more.
Exactly, and then in a
So?
school there is no personal gain; it's a community
Yeah.
mission.
Yes.
It is not competition, it is collaboration.
Yes, exactly.
And what we can do, I don't know, call me tomorrow, after tomorrow, and
You know, the feeling is mutual, because I was telling Bernardo, how I am so pleased with the empathy and the openness that we could work. So it's, yes, I'm looking forward to work with you, because I loved to work with you, because we all want to learn.
But we create a connection.
Yeah.
So it continues.
Of
it's not
course.
going to be easy, because the institutions in Italy are hard to break. You know, it's not easy
To change.
It's hard to change.
But I think here, not as rigid, but because I know I went to Italy also in Sicily, and I felt a little bit that a little difference between what teachers do and what the direction
Yes.
does, but it's feasible.
Can I make you a question? Are you proud of what you do? Can you see the results with your eyes of what you're doing?
Yes, that's what. That's. I think that it's not teach. Of course, I like to teach Portuguese literature, but those when I got tired of teaching, it is those little things that make me go on. You know, I tell many times that these kind of activities are my Xanax. Because I really love doing them. Of course, school knows I'm kind of a crazy person in the sense I love to do those things, and they allow me to do these things.
They trust you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we can
That's-
say this is not the first time. They
No,
are,
I do lots of things of the kind with pupils in art, teaching little kids drama. I teach as a freelancer, if I can say so, drama to kids. This is my drama. This is my drama room. I love it very much, and I hope I will continue doing it, because that makes the meaning of teaching, sharing, and bringing people. For instance, yesterday I was with another class, and they will be participating in the future project, because it is too difficult to manage two classes at the same time in the same project. And I was telling them about the themes that we are going to approach. And the girl, she's 16, and she told me, you know, teacher, these things are very hard to me to speak about, because when I was in primary school, I tried to suicide twice, and I got just like that, you know. These things are important. Kids can talk, kids can open, and perhaps it's a way of helping them beyond all literature that I can ever teach to anyone, I think.
But I think it makes the difference between a teacher or a person between a teacher and a good teacher, and a good person, a good mentor, because you are near, you are closer to this child.
Because to grade a student isn't enough. To know the student, it's important.
There are not only students.
Yeah, because sometimes it's more important for good grades are important, but to get a student from 0 to 1 is more important than having lots of temps in the Italian system. From 0 to 1, it's a major step sometimes, and I think that's very, very important.
Yeah, especially because students that get 10 usually are those that could go on also without you. So we have to catch those that are in difficulty, because it's there that you can really be aware that you are doing well.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't remember the question.
We're talking over
3-4 arguments.
Can I talk about the importance of the exchange? Because I think that it is important for people that come here, but also for the students that live here.
Yes.
Because we are telling them that we are so surprised about the school and the strategies that the methodology that you use. And I think it is important because in this way they can really think they are lucky. So it is not the normal standard. They are having a special education, and so you don't have to take for granted that it is so in every country. Also in countries that are very similar to yours. For example, Italy or maybe also others.
Yes, I told you before. I think this is a special school because the way how you trust, you work, you want to create a new mind, to create
critical minds,
and you work when they are young, not when they are adult like us. I admit that I became a critical person maybe during my university time, maybe yes, because before I was a teenager. I don't think about this stuff. Maybe because there's no so much digital civilization, I can understand. But this is a new generation, and how you work with them, it's a beautiful example because you trust in them. You want to create a new generation of ragazzi consapevoli.
Aware.
Aware generation, and it's beautiful. You make the difference.
It's important.
It's the starting point.
Yes.
For being protected by fake news and single person that could manipulate you just because they have the media or
It's not only theory.
No, I think I always thought that we must empower youth to make their own judgments.
Yes. Even a new word.
Yes.
Of course, when I want to teach and I'm very tired, I always say, please be silent. I can't even think when you are making noise. But it's true. They are making noise, but they aren't disrupting the class. They are genuinely happy,
Mm-hmm.
it's not disruption, it's really happiness.
Honestly, we are tired because this week it's so hard. It's
Was it so intensive?
Mamma mia! But it's beautiful. Come on, the yacht one.
So
Elvis.
The question.
I'm the no, I'm not the question. I'm just trying to explain my point, which is definitely different from
Ours.
your points, which because I'm very younger and I'm not a professor or a teacher. So, but I agree with what you say. I didn't have the experience, the opportunity to have kind of different classes of standards, okay? Because the Italian system is structured on the like frontal lesson, pretty much. Almost every teacher I know and also my friends do this type of classes. We don't have the possibility to do special activities. Like it's very rare, okay. But I think that would have helped me a lot to loosen myself, to be more creative, and to start to think in a non-educational way, like not one right answer. There's like out of the box. That's the right thing to say. Yeah, it's just in Italy and also in other countries. I know from my friends, international friends. There's like usually one single question, one single answer you can give to the professor, which is considered correct. But it's so wrong. It's so wrong because this world is so fast. It's so how do you say? It moves so fast, and you can't have one single answer because there's so many answers. You can get to the arrival point in so many ways, and that's the base of teaching to me. Like you have to not give them the right answer, but give them the ways to get to the answer.
Their own answer.
Okay.
The divergent thinking.
Early when we finished the task we've been given, I spoke a little bit with two students, and they were telling me this teacher does this, the other one does this, and they said those are the best teachers. And I said, I'm quite curious. How can I be the best teachers? Tell me
The secrets.
Tell me the secret. Give me the suggestions
Empathy.
to be the the best teacher. And they were like, okay, we can speak with them. We can say we can tell them. I actually give you the real example. I say if we are not ready to do something, we just tell them give us more time to get prepared. Because the teacher doesn't want to punish us, it wants to help us through the process of acknowledgement. And then they also said they let us be ourselves, and we can express. And it was just beautiful, I think. And yeah, it was very, very nice. It was you, huh? One of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like them very much. Sometimes they, as everyone, I get exasperated with that.
They also
but-
told this.
But them, sometimes I tell them, I'm bipolar. Because I'm very mad with you, and in the next second, I'm quite relaxed.
Are you Gemini?
No, not I'm Leo.
Oh, like me.
But I often tell them that I'm just bipolar. When I have something to say, I say it, and then it erases it. So
I can understand.
I get to normality. But I think that's it's like that with everyone. I can't get angry during a lot of time, of course.
I think they can feel your love and as the base.
They know I'm soft.
Do you want to add?
No.
No, but do you want to add?
No. Do you have any more questions?
Just answering him. Great ideas came from wrongdoings, look at post-its, for
Yes.
instance, or at Velcro, or other ideas that come as quite spectacular, and they were wrong experiences that turned off wrong. So,
Who was Einstein? Maybe
Which one?
The
The post-
wrong the wrong experiment. I don't remember.
I know about post-it and about Velcro.
Yeah,
and so
the post-it was from an experiment about
a kind of glue.
a kind of glue that wasn't working very well.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and we are all using post-it now, so that's wonderful.
Just to close,
It's a beautiful.
and it is our final podcast for today. We can do another tomorrow. Don't worry. It was
Thank
really
you.
immersive. It was it will start. It was really immersive, this one. So just one more question, and it is also intense, I believe. What makes non-formal education so transformative?
Wow.
Okay, I can start. Yeah, so I think that with non-informal education, you have an active part, an active role to play. So you are really engaged, really involved in what you are doing. So even if this kind of methods takes a lot of time compared to the
Formal.
the formal ones. So even once that you go beyond this the time issue, it's very fruitful because the memory is long lasting, and it is not just a lesson when you have to memorize dates, data, and other stuff like that, because the day after the test you can just erase everything, while emotional learning really remain in your mind.
Okay.
Sì.
If you want.
Sì,
Okay.
no.
No, I'm totally agree, because I think the formal lesson, the formal teaching, don't create emotion. Maybe boring. Maybe okay, I have to do this. Okay, this is the lesson. Okay, I have to memorize all that you're talking about. But the non-formal, they create memories, because you put into a lesson, to this experience, many emotion, like love, like happiness, like even it's not an emotion, but you became curious. So I think it's a different way to live an experience and to learn, because it creates memories. You put emotion, and you don't remember something because you have to memorize, only because you want to live to recreate that moment another times, and it's more exciting. I don't know how to say. It's more exciting.
Can I add one thing?
Yes, please.
Because there is something popping up in my mind. And this kind of emotional learning also creates connections among or between the different contents that you have in your mind, that you have that came from different subjects, disciplines. So it's a better way to pass from the knowledge to the skills.
Right.
Okay, totally agree with both of them. I wanted to say that I find it very useful because not just because of the emotions involvement, but also because in non-formal education you tend to do practical things, and our brain is proven to remember better the things you do, not just you read and repeat. Okay, and also the students, if you create an environment in which the students are actually happy at what they're doing, activities, they become happier. Like they're happier to go to school, and if they're happier to go to school, they're more productive, and if they're not more productive, they can learn better. If they learn better, they can teach their friends, and the connection, the relationships, and the knowledge is spread. And that's the whole point of the activities, I guess. So it's great.
It's like your student told us.
Learning environments are fundamental. Safe learning environments are fundamental for learning, for effective learning, and the feeling of not being graded, the feeling of not being observed in order to give a grade is fundamental, because all of our systems have grades. So the students tend to grade also themselves. I'm a bad student because my grades are bad. I'm a great student because my grades are great. And I know for experience that I have students with great grades that aren't so great, and students with poor grades that are really amazing. You know, grading is a thing we do, but grades are only numbers. They aren't what people are really about. And when we have systems like these, people tend to diminish themselves. Great people are lost in the system. Great people are lost in society because they were told they were poor students.
Yes.
And they are, in fact, great people. So what can we do? Just trying to walk with them, to help them being great, to help them reveal their own potentialities, I think.
Step by step.
Yeah, step by step, all the way up till they can fly for themselves, I
Yes.
think.
Yeah, totally agree with you. The first thing I wanted to say is that if we want teaching to be successful, we definitely, it should be clear by now, but maybe it's not everywhere, but we should definitely adapt to the students. It's no longer, it's not possible to expect the students adapt to our system because it's not going to work.
Of course.
We've seen and we said many times that those students, those young guys, they face a fast world. They are exposed to a world that is not the same that we were exposed to. And we have to change our way to look at them. They cannot adapt to an old system because if not, we fail. And we have to try to capture their attention. We have to try to, if not, it's not going to work. If we say, you have to study this because this is the way we have to do, who say that this is the way we have to do? There
Of course.
nobody told there is a way. We just can experiment and see how they respond and how they get more involved in what we want them to do. And this can only go in our advantage at the end because, yes, it's hard to start. But then when you have the feedback, when you feel people that follows you in what you're trying to explain, then I think you can be proud of what you've done. And the second thing that I wanted to say that I am a support teacher for disability, for special needs. And this type of activities, we don't have to forget that the students are all different. They're all different. We have always to bear in mind that we have to use different ways to get to the same results. It's hard to explain, but I think, I guess you all know, but we have to arrive to a certain point, but what we can use behind us to arrive to this point, there is quite an image which is quite clear, but I'm trying to explain there is a wall, and there is all students watching those walls, okay?
It's gender, it's equality.
It's equality. What's behind this wall, that makes a difference, so you can give them a big box that makes them taller. You can give them a little chair that makes him a little bit taller. It's the results should be the same, but what's behind the results, that has to vary. And we have to keep in mind that there are students that they have different cognitive levels, and we have to find a different way of reach the same results for everybody, because every student has the same.
Because they deserve it.
They deserve the same to reach the same goal. So, yeah, I think that these informal activities allows people with maybe learning difficulties or people that struggle to keep their attention or struggle to read properly a book to reach the same results as the other ones. And why not?
Of course.
So that's it. Thank you very much. And I believe that states that true partnerships really begin when we can realize that only together we can build a brighter future. Thank you very much for this podcast.
Obrigado.
This was Clear Talks, co-funded by the European Union under the Clear Training course. Thank you very much and see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
1, 2, 3, 4.